Today, we're going to be discussing kits from the aughts, the 2000s, a decade which doesn't really have a lot of great kits, but we're going to get into it here. Welcome to the Red Half of Sheffield. This is a YouTube channel by two American Blades fans. My name is Noah Snyder, and I'm joined, as always, by Chad Jarvis. And 2000s kits, as I said, not a great decade as far as kits are concerned, but we wanted to do a ranking just like we did with 90s kits and just like we did with those third kits. We're going to use the same five-tier list that we did previously. I will bring that up right now. So we have, as you can see, from top to bottom, the best of the decade. Right kit that. All right, bit shite, and utter dross. And I do think that we're going to have probably at least two or three in that utter dross category, unfortunately. But what do you say we get right into it, Chad? The first kit is the 2000-2001 home kit.
Oh, no.
And yeah, and here's what I'll say about this kit, okay? Were it not for the sponsor, it's a good kit.
Yeah.
You know, it's got everything that you would want in a kit. I like the neckline. I like the striping. Sure enough, it's a Sheffield United kit. But that sponsor, that Midas Games. I wasn't a United fan at this point, but I know Midas Games, and it's just not a great kit sponsor. Your take, Chad?
Yeah. Echoing more of your same sentiment. I mean, it's a decent kit. It has the famed red and white. But yeah, then you just lose me with the sponsor. It's just like I don't understand why people don't really put more effort into, what the sponsor looks like, and are we able to adapt it to make it look halfway decent on a shirt. And I think, back in especially the early 2000s, I don't think it was much about that, where nowadays I think it is, to where they almost make the logo or the sponsorship on the front of the shirt flow into the whole design, and you don't see most of them where they look like this kit. So, I mean, obviously it's something that changes with the, as the years go on, but yeah,
Take Randox, for example. Randox is a great example. Their logo is green. Mm-hmm. And we've not, thank God, we've not had a green Randox on the front of our kit,
Yeah. They've been flexible. And now you look at this kit and it's just like, dude, but that was the style back then, as I said.
So my question to you, Chad, is do we rank these compared with the rest of the decade, or do we rank this based on every other Chef United kit?
That's a tough one.
We haven't really talked about that before because the 90s were a great decade. And, we had the hallmarks, of really like the examples, the tone setters of modern Chef United kits. So I think this is actually one of the better ones from the decade, which is saying something. I'm going to put this in all right.
Yeah, that's where I was going to tell you to place it. I think that'd be the best fitting for this shirt. Oh, yeah. God, yeah. As everybody watching along right now can see along the bottom of the screen, it's just like we ain't got too many winners. It's probably not gonna be as hard to pick a best of the decade as we did in the 90s.
This is true. I've got one of the better kits from this decade on right now. It's that Capital One from our one season in the Premier League. Yeah. We won't talk about that. We won't get too much into that. Yeah. Let's go with the 2000-2001 away kit next.
True.
And yeah, I think that they really took the Midas thing and ran with it. You know, Midas, of course, famously, everything he touched turned into gold. And so they thought, oh, might as well have a gold away kit. It's
No.
not good, is it? It's not good. It's
Tried it
just
into the very bottom. They even
you.
did the.
Oh,
They even did the United logo. And who's the kit maker on that? Did it say Patrick? Is it a P? I was trying. That's when
yeah.
when you're describing. Yeah, Patrick.
I
And
actually haven't done a deep enough dive to tell you who our kit maker was at this
mm,
point. This is, as I said, before my time as a United supporter.
mm,
So,
no
yeah,
way.
yeah, not a great kit. I'm going to put that in utter dross for the
Yeah.
moment, and then we'll see what comes up. It's not the worst kit we've ever produced, and it's not the worst away kit we've ever produced, but it's just not good. It's
Oh,
it's an eyesore. It's an eyesore.
I don't know, man. That's pretty bad. Mm, no, not doing it for me.
Well, they don't get much better this decade, unfortunately. And that might be a hot take. I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there right now watching this video and saying, what are they on about? Like,
Yeah.
we had some great kits in the 2000s, but maybe it's just our modern sensibility and the fact that we've produced so many banger kits over the last 3 years.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just, there's a lot of white kits and there's some just really poor away kits in this decade. So speaking of white kits, our third kit from 2000-2001, and it's, plain. I mean, it doesn't have much going on.
Yeah. How about well, obviously that's somebody in somebody's household, but it looked like the maker's tag was in the middle of the shirt, which yeah, you can see. Look, the Patrick wording is in the bottom. Oh my god, I don't. I think
Yeah,
that
it's
goes
not
right next
great.
to the gold one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a bit better than that.
I
I
mean,
don't think
it
it's utter
is. It's
dross.
just, yeah,
I think it's a bit shit.
yeah.
Just a bit shit.
There was just like you said. There's nothing going on in this. It was just plain as plain can be.
Yeah, agreed. Not much to write home about there. What do you say we move right along here? The 2002 2003 kit, the home kit. Everybody remembers this as the triple assault year, famous in Sheffield United history. And this was our kit. And
Uh,
it's just very much of that decade. Like they got weird with it. They got really weird in this decade, and did some things that just hadn't really been done before. You've got the two-tone on the shoulders, and then it goes like into the
no,
stripes when you get nipple level here, like you just right at the nips. um Not a fan,
no,
not a fan of this kit.
no. Me either. No, God, that's ugly. And especially, I mean, it's so weird for me not to see a football shirt without a sponsor on the front of it.
Well,
And
we did have a sponsor. I believe that D-Sun was our sponsor. I just couldn't find a picture of it
well, I
with the
mean,
sponsor.
even that, the kit as it is just there is just like no, unless the sponsor was going to flow with it, it
Yeah,
wasn't going to make it. It wasn't going to make it any better. I mean, it's to
yeah,
me, it's probably in bit shite, honestly.
yeah. I'm gonna agree with you there. Man, we're not. We are not. We're being a bit harsh here, I think, Chad. Perhaps.
Well, I mean, as good as the '90s were, and we had what? How many competing for the top spot? 5 or
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
I mean, you're gonna have a down decade.
yep.
It
And this
probably
certainly was that.
it probably summed up the United a little bit, you know?
I mean, at least we didn't play. We didn't play in League One in this decade. No,
No, no, no,
no.
we didn't.
So, or what is now League One. So
Yeah.
we were, at least we were in the championship for the whole decade.
Yeah, right.
Minus that 1 year in the Prem, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. Moving right along, 2002, 2003 away kit, that Hallam FM sponsor. And you know what? As far as away kits are concerned, as far as 2000s kits are concerned, it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. I don't
No,
mind it.
no, and I've got to be freaking people out who are actually watching this video because you can see my face zoom in because I'm trying to look at the kit. I can't tell are those stripes orange or red.
I think they're red. I'm relatively certain they're red.
Okay, it must be the lighting on my computer because it makes it look like they're orange, but it's not. Like, considering what we've just done, 3 out of the 4 have been absolutely awful. I mean, this is all right.
Yeah, I agree. Stick this in all right, be done with it. Moving right along. Right?
Yeah, agreed.
03, 04 away, because I think we used that 02, 03 that we put in BitShite for a couple years. So this is the 03, 04 away kit.
Oof, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
It looks
bottom.
okay. Have you ever seen Resident Evil, Chad?
I believe I have.
Are you familiar with
Didn't they make that into a video game?
it? Was a video game first,
Yes. Okay.
then a
Yes.
movie,
Yes.
and then a video game again.
Yeah.
This looks like the Umbrella Corporation logo almost. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it reminds me of. It looks just like a parasol, you know,
I
and it's
don't
got a
know.
weird diamond thing going on. It's just the sponsor is not great. Also, you know, we were doing the whole Chinese sponsor because we had the Chengdu Blades at the time, which was our sister club in China, and yeah, not a great kit. Really not a great kit.
No, no, not at all, man. That was
I'm
yeah,
gonna make an argument that this should just go into BitShite
yeah.
and be
No,
done with it.
I mean, yeah, I would. I'd agree with that. I mean, that might go into other draws too. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Ooh.
That
Well, you can
was
make your arguments at the end of the video, like we
yeah.
normally do. So, yeah, we'll put that right here in BitShite for the moment, and we'll come back to it. Next up, our 04, 05 home kit. HFS Loans as the sponsor.
It's
Let me
not
tell
that
you,
bad.
if we had a different sponsor, that's the right kit.
Yeah, I know, 100%. I would agree with you. I would agree with you on that. If they got the sponsor right, yeah, that would have been a beautiful kit.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Yep.
just kills it with the
But
blue and the white, man. Just kills it.
as it stands, that is an all right kit.
Mm-hmm.
My humble opinion.
Yep,
Just all
agreed.
right. And the away kit from that year is a shocker. I mean, that's a whole city home kit.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what that is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole city home kit. I don't think we look great in orange.
No.
I mean, it's even got the tiger stripes. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's got
look at
that.
that.
And then they changed the badge logo to orange. I don't
I
like when you alter the badge logo.
I don't think that that's how it looked on the actual kit. I think this is a mock-up,
Yeah.
but still, yeah, it just doesn't look good.
Oh,
It's
yeah, that's
not a good kit.
hideous.
Yeah.
Hideous. Yeah,
What do
put
you
it in the
think?
bottom. Put it in the
Utter
bottom.
dross?
Oh, 100%.
All right. It's going
Oh,
in utter
man.
dross. And
Are we
we
are we really
go
going to
ahead.
get a kit that's going to go all the way up here? God, we are 8 in and oh boy, none of them.
Yeah, we're really struggling to find, you know, a clear winner. Once we get towards the end of the decade, there are actually a couple of decent kits that I think belong in best of the decade and right kit that. So as we get along here, I think they get better, progressively better. But as we've said before, just not a great decade for kits, unfortunately. Getting back into it here, 05, 06 away, we had the same sponsor, and at least it's not orange.
I mean, actually, the blue and white logo in there actually fits that a little bit.
Yeah,
It doesn't make
yeah.
it look absolutely horrible.
It's really not that bad. I think that's all right.
Yeah, so
You
do I.
know,
I think it's all right too. Yeah.
one last look at it before making our decision. Yeah, it's definitely not good enough to go into right kit that, but it's all right.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree.
Finally, we get to our one season in the Prem, which I think produced two of the best kits of the decade. We got it right for the Prem, which is good. 0607,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Capital One. It's
Yep.
it's not perfect, but it's good. My only criticism, okay, what is going on here with like, you know, under the armpits? I just
Yeah.
that's the only thing I don't like.
It's like it
You know,
looks
like
like
I don't understand it. You know,
it
it just
looks like
doesn't
they
look good.
sewed a cooking apron and they sewed arms on it. That's what it does, because if you look at it, it looks like it's three
Yeah,
pieces. You've got the centerpiece and then the two arms, and
yeah,
it looks like you're wearing a cooking apron, but you just sewed arms onto it. I mean,
yeah.
considering
I
what
agree.
we've looked at, yes, this is probably goes in the right that category.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, considering we really haven't had much to cheer about so far this decade, this is going in right kit that. I
Yep.
mean, I own this kit. This is the first United kit that I ever owned. So it holds a special place in my heart, and I'm wearing it right now. It doesn't fit me. If I were to show you maybe like 3 or 4 inches down, you'd see a little bit of my belly sticking out because it's just that short. This is a crop top on me. But you know, this is the first kit that I ever owned. I bought this, I think, in 2009 on eBay or something like that.
Mhm.
And so I it holds a special place in my heart, is what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
about this kit. So I like it. It belongs in right kit that. I'm glad we got consensus on that. Moving along, the away kit from the 0607 season.
Looks like
Yeah,
we're going to
that's a right kit.
prison.
I mean, yeah, it does look like a prison shirt a little bit, but it's still a right kit.
And you could tell it's the exact same model because they just filled in the white on your home kit with
Yeah.
black.
It looks better, in my humble opinion, on on this kit than it does on the home kit, you
Now
know?
on that
It
home kit
actually
you
makes
have
sense.
on the home kit do you have is the badge in the center of the over.
No.
Okay,
No.
so see, I'm not a big fan of the logo or the badge being in the center. I always want it being where it is normally.
Same.
So that what just knocks this one down maybe a peg or two for me. But I don't know. It looks
Yeah,
like we're getting sentenced to prison.
I agree. I still think it's the right kit.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm gonna stick to that.
Oh,
So
I agree with you on that one.
all right. So this belongs in right kit that. And then we come back down, of course, the next year, and our home kit is not so bad either. The next year, the 0708 home kit, they took our criticism, 15 or 16 years in advance, and they changed it. And yeah, there's no more apron per se, but I don't know what's going on with the black on the sides. I'm assuming that those were like air pockets, basically, to like cool someone down. I've seen this kit like in person a couple of times, and I think it's a little bit airier.
Hmm.
Um, and the shoulders as well have like little air pockets, just so like the air can like flow through and like dry you off.
I
What's your opinion on this one, Chad?
see the one thing about this decade and these kits, you could just see them the oversized kits, and now nowadays is everything skin tight, and you can pull it for 40 yards and it won't break. And these ones are just like giant wind suits and whatnot. But no, I mean that's not a bad kit. Aside from what you mentioned, the black on the sides, I do like it. And you know, if we actually had the kit handy, it probably isn't as noticeable as it is in that picture that we have there. But I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, decent kit.
right kit that, would you say, or all right?
I think all right. I'd go all right. Where would you go?
Okay. We'll put it in all right for the moment, but I'm going to reserve my right at the end to make an argument for why this should go into right kit that.
Fair enough.
The 0708 away. It's our first neon of the decade. We know that all of you out there love neon kits, so you probably have fond memories of this one. It's not a bad kit. I don't like, and granted, how it looks, it looks like tiger fangs or Dracula fangs, those like kind of black, those black pieces like going down the front there. But yeah, it's not a bad kit. I'd say it's all right.
Yeah, I'd say it's all right too. Yeah, you're right with the swooping down, like, yeah, tiger fangs or whatever. I don't know what's going on there, but I always like a bit of neon in our kit every once in a while. And
Yeah.
obviously, as the viewers that are watching can see, this is the only, one of three oddball knockoff colors we have, and this is the best out of the three, honestly.
Do you think this belongs in all right or right kit that?
I think it's all right. I don't think it's right kit because I don't think it puts it lends itself to be on the second tier in this category.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. Up next, the 0809 home kit. And again, this is such a weird departure. I'm going to call this the parabola kit.
The parabola. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because as you can see, there's that like really weird, inverted parabola right there, which is just...
You know what it looks like? And I didn't mean to cut you off. It looks like those ghosts on Pac-Man that chase him around.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like the badge is one eye and the triangle is the other eye and the mouth is the visitmalta.com.
Yeah. No, I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Or some sort of weird sock puppet,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, how weird.
Yeah, it's strange, but I don't think they failed, which is like, I don't think this is a massive failure. They got weird with it. It didn't really work out 100%, but I don't think this is a bit shite. I think it's all right, It's not horrible.
The one thing I was going to say is the only thing that they could have did to make it better is not have the miles worth of red without any white on the on the shoulders / arms area.
I think everybody agrees with that, that the parabola separating the shoulders and the sides from the, like the chest downward area is just, it's a bit strange,
We're real odd.
I don't mind it, but again, it's not a horrible kit. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put this in all right.
That's fair.
The 0809 away kit. Let's update we just put this into all right. So the 0809 away kit, and we liked with the Visit Malta sponsor, we definitely did enjoy our black kits, did we not? Yeah. We had this sponsor for a few years. And again, for some strange reason, they like these like really sharp angle, like, tooth-like projections coming out of, the sides and the shoulders of the kit, which I don't understand. I think maybe it's meant to look tough, but it's not the best, is it?
No.
I'm not a massive fan of this.
No. You thinking the same thing? I'm thinking bit shite.
Yeah, I think it deserves to go into bit shite.
Yeah, this just can't see it going anywhere else.
Yep. And then 09-2010, I think has actually, they're actually not bad. We close out the decade pretty well. The 2009-2010 home kit is pretty strong.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Again, there's some weird shit going on with, the shoulders. Uh, the pattern is just like kind of weird, but it's got the things that make a Chef United kit a Chef United kit, and that's the red and white stripes. What do you think about the cutting off of the red and white stripes to have that sponsor there? I'm not a massive fan of that.
See, in honestly, I don't think it looks too bad because the Visit Malta sponsorship across the chest doesn't go out of the stripes. My biggest pet peeve is where they go. It's red and white stripes, and then it's whatever the hell red and white, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Um. So I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, it's not a bad kit.
yeah. No, I agree. I think this belongs again in all right.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yep.
gonna make a lot of all right. You know what? We actually kind of we kind of undersold, I think, the kits of this decade. We have more in the all right than we do in Bitshite and Utter Dross now.
Yeah.
So I
True.
guess we're just saying they were all right. Maybe we'll make some arguments at the end that some of these should go into Bitshite.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And then our penultimate kit here is the 2009 2010 away kit. Actually, I'm going to save that for last. The 2009 2010 third kit.
Decent.
Plain. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's plain, but I kind of like it. I think the sponsor looks good on it. The only complaint that I have is that Macron,
Yeah.
like the kit,
That's
like
it.
the shirt maker. Why is that not over on the right hand side? I don't
Yeah.
understand that. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, honestly. That probably. I think it'll. I think this one will do pretty high because this isn't a bad kit. I'd
Yeah,
rock this if I
agreed.
could get this. Aside from the
You could
macaroon, I
you
mean,
could find them on eBay. I've found them on eBay for like $30, $40
oh really?
American.
That's
Yeah, not it's not a popular kit, so
yeah,
I don't think you'd have a tough time finding it. I think this we can put this in right kit that.
yeah. I
I
would.
think yeah,
Yeah,
it's good. It's a good kit.
that's fair.
And then last but certainly not least, I actually am quite fond of this kit. It's the 2009 2010 away kit. It's different. It's weird, but I like it. I
It's not
really
bad.
do. I like that, you have the one stripe going down the side. That's super unusual. It's not uniform. Forgive the pun. Again, only problem with it is the the manufacturer's name, is just under the neckline, which is
Yeah,
very weird.
yeah.
Very, very weird.
Yeah, very, very weird. But yeah, it's not a bad looking kit. I would
I'm
probably
gonna
take. I'd probably take the third over this one though.
really
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So you're making an argument that this kit belongs in all right, is what I'm hearing from you.
No, I mean, I think this is a right kit too. I like it. I just would if it was a tier when you put the tiers back up there. I would if we were saying best of the decade, mine is going to be between what year is that home kit and the third kit? Is
The
that
oh
the oh
07,
06? Yeah,
06, 07.
yeah, oh 06, oh 07 home in the third kit are my top two.
So what if are there any changes that you would make right now? Or do you think this is a pretty good ranking?
Mm, I think I think this kit can come down to bit shite. I just don't like
Okay.
it. I just don't
Okay.
like it. I would take that from all right to bit shite. Um,
I don't have a problem doing that. I agree. It's not great, but it's not horrible. It doesn't belong in utter dross.
no,
I,
it's not terrible. No, I think I like that. I
You
think
think
I
that's a
like
good
that.
definitive
Yeah, I think
ranking?
that's. Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid list there. People at home
All
are probably
right.
calling us idiots, but hey, it is what it is. Bring it on.
Well, what do we know? We are two idiot Americans, so
That's
you
true.
know. So all right, we've got four kits in right kit that. All right. I think I know which one you're gonna vote for, and I think I'm gonna vote for it too. It's that 2006, 2007 home kit. That's the
Yeah.
best of the decade, right?
Yep. 100%.
The one that I'm
100%.
wearing right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
100%. I would agree
Yeah.
with it.
Yep. Man, we didn't really fight about this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this was a decade that was, it was basically like it was either all right or it was kind of shit or there was a few good ones. I mean, there really wasn't anything for us to argue about on these because
Yeah.
it's pretty much set in stone. Now you could move probably a couple of those up from all right into right kit, but I think we did a pretty fair job of listing these where we think them respectively.
And you have to think, look, if we're ranking the kits from this decade in the, pantheon of Sheffield United kits, probably I'd say the good majority of these would not be in all right.
Yeah,
I'd say probably most of them would be in a bit shite,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
No,
The
that's fair.
'07 kit, the '07 away kit, the '07 home kit, the '07 away kit, and, the 2009, 2010 away and third kits, those would probably make it into all right, maybe right kit that
Yeah,
if we were ranking it amongst every kit ever. But
yeah,
with that being said, it's funny because initially we were trying to rank this like according to how we feel about all other Chef United kits, and then I feel like we ended up ranking based on like the decade because
hmm,
obviously that's a category, best of the decade.
yeah,
Um, so it's a tough job to do when you don't have a ton of examples of just outstanding kits. The 2000s were a weird, strange decade. Chad, you
yeah,
and I came of age during this decade.
yeah.
Fashion was not. I'm just thinking about Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake wearing
Uh-huh.
the denim
Denim.
tuxedos. Yep. I'm thinking about all of the emo clothes that I used to wear. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I had a lip ring in this decade. What a mistake that
I
was.
I did not. I did not. I did not.
I
Get
can't
away
picture
from
you with
that.
a lip ring,
No,
Chad. To
no,
be
no,
honest with you.
no, no, no. Definitely did not dabble in that side of it. But yeah. Wow, looking back, wow, how we have grown up. Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I think that's going to wrap up this video. We are going to be getting out podcasts as we get more and more transfer news in. There are a lot of other great Chef United content creators out there. If you want to check them out, you definitely should. I think perhaps we may be having a Chef United content creator on next week on the podcast. I think that's going to happen. I'm just going to give you that much. We're not going to spoil anything. So do look out for our next podcast. Should be dropping next week. But until then, Chad, I hope you've been enjoying your summer. I certainly have been enjoying mine. Hope all of you out there are enjoying the off season. But until our next video, which we rank the 2010s kits from best to worst, up the blades, Chad.
Up the blades.
Come on, you red and white wizards.